editor of the American Vogue, Anna Wintour, is a big supporter of yours. Did she ever tell you what she likes most about your design?
She's not a woman of many words. She's very quick and very a woman of few words. Actually, she doesn't speak much, but she's very clear in what she likes and what she doesn't like. And you can judge by her expressions what she likes and what she doesn't like.
Were you surprised? You were picked by her, right? To her. Is that a fund or scholarship of Vogue?
It is a fund, basically, that Vogue had created in conjunction with the CFDA, the Callison Fashion Designers of America, but it was implemented by, I would say, Vogue and Anna and her desire to make sure that there are continuous influx of new energy coming out into fashion, because she knows that it's important. You know, fashion is important, and it thrives only with new blood, basically. And so I placed, exactly, I was given a fund by Anna Wintour and the CFDA. So it was really an honor to be recognized on such a stage, because I think that it's basically it's a seal of approval. It's an endorsement from Anna Wintour.
You were in the movie September issue
Yes.
too. How do you feel watching yourself?
I don't like it.
Why not?
I can't. I don't ever like watching myself. I don't ever like listening to myself talk.
Anna is like Madonna.
For me, it's not about being in front of the camera. For me, it's about being behind the camera a bit and just doing what I do. And I think that's the beauty of design is the design should speak for you, not the other way around.
What must any aspiring Thai designers, or actually any designers at all, do in order to break into the fashion scene?
I think that you should know what it is that will set you apart from what is out there. You know, I think that fashion is everywhere, and because of the internet and because of the world becoming so global and fashion becoming so global, there's just an influx of clothes and brands. So
but isn't everything already out there?
everything is out there,
so
yes.
much.
But I mean, I think that there is always a way to be new and creative, and so you have to have a voice. And what is it about your voice that will set you apart? And I think that that's ultimately what every designer or aspiring designer needs to sort of look into for themselves and make sure that they're clear in their vision.
How important is branding?
It's enormously important. I think that, in this day and age, you have to be savvy about not only your design, but how you advertise your designs and how you brand your designs. Because I think people are so perceptive about what brands communicate, and they're quick to it now. They know, they recognize, and they know what they want. So you have to kind of keep up with their demands.
Now, when you say someone is a fashion designer, it sounds pretty glamorous.
Yeah.
But what do you actually do?
I juggle. That's what I do. I run a business. I'm a designer, and the creativity comes every day. But I don't sit there for 24 hours a day dreaming up things or sketching things. In fact, it happens in the morning, it happens sometimes in the afternoon, it happens a lot at night. But beyond that, I run a company. I have to run production. I have to look at finances. I have to manage a team of people. I have to be a brand ambassador. I'm sitting here with you talking about the brand. I'm PRing. I go out and communicate with people. So I think that in this age, to be a designer is not enough to just be a person that designs. You have to really be a communicator, and you have to really be a business person, and you have to be a marketer as well.
Where do you get your ideas from? This collection, this is what I'll do. Next collection, this is what I'll do. Yeah, where do you get all these ideas from?
I think that ideas come from travel, from the street, from young people, from curiosity. I think that for me, from art, from photography, from books, from magazines, from expression of artistic interpretations in culture. I think that what got me going when I was younger is is something new, in whether it's fashion or ideas or art. And so I think that it's a drive, it's a quest to always find something new and to look at something in a different way. You know, I think that one day I will hate something, but then the next season I will love it. It's just, there's something in the air that you kind of smell and sense, and then you sort of, you have the receptors that kind of like figure out what it is, and you kind of like tune in and hone in on that and reinterpret. And that's what fashion is about.
Do you only do ready-to-wear collection, or do you also do haute couture?
I only do ready to wear. I also do contemporary now, and you know, I'm very much into the expression of clothes that can be worn every day. You know, I'm not interested so much in designing things that are be showy. You know, there are designers that do that very well. You know, and I appreciate what they do. For me, what drives me is clothes that can be worn every day. You know, I love when I find that pictures of celebrities wearing my clothes, going to the market, going to coffee and wearing, you know, clothes every day. I mean, for me, I find gratification in that, because it means that they're taking the clothes in a casual stance on an everyday basis.
View fast fashion as the enemy of designer clothes?
I don't view it as an enemy of designer clothes. I only view it as a misperception sometimes of what fashion should be, because I think that people view fast fashion as fast, and ultimately, you know, for me, it's what happens to the clothes afterwards, and I feel like it's such a wasteful idea. Whereas I think that clothes should be consumed and worn and kept around and appreciated a bit more than just one season, you know. And I think that sometimes, I think there's a purpose for fast fashion, but I think that you know, people should be aware that, you know, fast fashion is just a facet, and it shouldn't become a dominant force in fashion. Because if there was only fast fashion, then where would creativity come from?
Do you think designer clothes are a bit too pricey?
Yes and no. I think that there are things that are warranted. Obviously, you know, people can make judgment for themselves, you know, what is worth it to them. You know, and that's the ultimate sort of question for the customer. You know, I think that I think obviously there are some pieces where you see the price and you can't explain how it got there. But, you know, at the same time, I think that there are customers that are willing to pay those prices because there's a desire that has been created. So I think that, you know, I think it's up to the customer to make the judgment on what's it worth to them.
What's your goal for the future for the Thakoon brand and for yourself?